Hey guys, this is part two of sublimating a pair of earrings. So this is the visual piece. So if you want to see where I started at before from the beginning, then go back and watch part one of this video. All right. So these are the earring blanks. And so they have a protective coating. So I'm just using my little weeding tool just to kind of get a grip on the plastic coating. And I will show you here in a second. You guys can kind of see here, there is some plastic. So you're going to remove that plastic from both sides of your blanks. And I'm going to be sublimating on both sides. You can do one if you so choose, but I'm going to sub on both sides. So you just take that plastic coating off. And the same thing on the other side. Now, I did see a lady where she was able to do it with the heat transfer tape. She was able to remove it easily with that, but I tried it. It didn't work for me. So I just went back to the weeding tool. All right, so I'm just, again, removing the plastic off of the blank. So now that one is good to go. And these are pretty thick, but they're light. So I would still purchase from this buyer, but I would go larger. And if I was doing this for smaller kids, then I would probably purchase this size again. Alrighty. So I could have taken this off already, but I wanted you guys to see the complete process of sublimating on earrings. So again, if you haven't watched part one, go back to part one because there's a lot of good information in there, and then come back and start on part two. And I have this hat on because I'm freezing. I'm cold. They said we're supposed to be having a cold front coming in here in Texas. So I don't know. All I know is I'm cold. All right. Now, normally I get this in one whop, but anytime I do a video to record, I always experience a little setback, but it's good because it helps you guys. So if you experience certain things, you see me fix it, then you can fix it. All right. And there we have it. So I've now removed all of the plastic from both sides. So now they're good to sublimate on. Now, as I mentioned in the video, in the part one video, these come with the hardware. And I like these because all you have to do is just pull the little bottom piece apart and you're ready to go. So let me grab one for you so you can see here. I like to put stuff back because if I don't, I'll have a mess on my hands. All right, so this is the hardware, and I really like the hardware that comes with these because all I have to do is just separate this little part right here, and I just take my scissors and open it up and then slide it in like that, and then it's done. Okay, so I got my hardware together. I got both my blanks. This is the image that I'm going to be using to sublimate. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my heat press here so that it can start to heat up. And I'm not going to use the Cricut Maker to cut these out. I've just been cutting them out by hand. But you can see that it has the black line around it. And that's the indication to Cricut Design Space that this is a print and cut project. And so I'm just going to go in, and your colors are going to come out much brighter after you do the heat press. So they're going to look, you know, kind of dull. This is not going to be the output of the true color. So I'm just going to get these cut out. And You want to make sure that you do invest in some heat tape. You will need heat tape if you decide to go and start doing sublimation. You will definitely need heat tape. Now I got my heat tape off of Amazon, and it came with, I don't know how many sheets of Teflon. It came with Teflon sheets, but I'm not sure how many sheets. And then 3 things of heat tape. So the heat tape is to help hold your transfer in place so that it doesn't shift and cause like a shadow or ghost mirror-like effect. So I'm using the A-Sub, you can see here, the A-Sub paper, A-Sub paper here. So what you're going to do is after you cut out your image or have your Cricut to cut out your image, you are going to put the image on top of your blank, lay it on your blank, and you want to try to be consistent with your placing. Now, the funny part is you can't see it because this paper is not see-through, so you can't see through it. So you just kind of want to eyeball it on where you're going to, you know, like want the hole. So I'm going to try to make it consistent by going right over her head a little bit here and make sure I have the wings in. So I'm going to take off a couple of pieces of the heat tape here. And you do not want, I'm going to do the sublimation on one side first and then do the other side. And that's because you don't want the tape to, this is just to help hold it in place. And you don't want the tape to be on the side that you're subbing on at the time, because it will imprint this tape, put the imprint of the tape in your, you know, final product, and you don't want that. So you kind of just want to get the heat transfer tape kind of like on the edge where it can hold it in place, but not where it's laying directly on your image. And I'll show you here once I get this. Trying to make sure I got all of her wings in there, and I hope I do. Oh shoot, I dropped it. Let's see, what side is it? Okay, so we're gonna do it. Now normally this tape stick, but no problem. Just trying to get it ready before my heat press is warmed up. Now my heat press is an old one because I purchased it years ago when I thought I was going to be, you know, really doing a lot of t-shirts and stuff like that, and then I didn't. And so yeah, it's just kind of, let's see, it's just been sitting collecting dust. And actually when I went in to use it for the first time, I had to remove the plastic. That's just how long it's been sitting and not being used. Now, sorry guys, but I couldn't get a good grip on it earlier. So only just a little piece of your transfer tape, or not transfer tape, but heat tape, because again, it will pick up in your transfer. And you'll be looking at it like, what are those marks? And it's marks from your heat tape. All right, so that's one. And I'm going to go in and do the other. And again, You want to try to get them where, oh shoot. I thought I had stopped the video because I've done that before. You want to try to get them where they're similar as far as where, you know, your placement is. Now mine may not be perfect. Let's see. I want to get it right, like there, I believe. And let me take a peek. I think that's it. I hate when I get it lined up and then I have to go back and get the tape. So I'm going to start taking the tape off first, laying it down. So all I have to do is just grab the tape and I'm good to go. But I haven't done that in the past. And just so you guys know, I just got my Epson Workforce 7720 on last Wednesday, I think I got it. Yeah, Wednesday, got it. And so I'm new to sublimation, but I have done a lot of watching videos and stuff like that along the way. I've always been interested, but I decided to go with sewing first. Once I got the sewing down, I was like, okay, now let's do a little sublimation. So I don't know if these are going to be lined up properly, but at least you will have, I don't think they are. Let me fix this. You will have the process down as to how it's supposed to be. Okay. So I'm trying to make sure I get the wing. I think that was her feet. Let me slow down so I don't mess up. All right, my heat press is almost there. So I'm gonna go again. All right, I think that's better. All right. That's to let me know it's ready. I hear you. Stop making all that noise. Okay, so I have my heat tape on, and this one shifted. All right, there we go. I'm just gonna hope for the best because this heat tape keeps moving. All right, so I'm gonna put my Teflon sheet down to protect the bottom of my printer since this thing is gonna be really, really hot. And then I'm gonna take a silicone sheet and put it on top. But you want your transfers to be facing up. And then I'm gonna sublimate on that side later. I'm probably only gonna do one side with you just so you get the process down. And then I'm gonna place my silicone sheet on top and just saw it move. I don't know why, but a lie for me. It don't want to stay down with this tape. I didn't have this issue before. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to decrease this down to 70 seconds. Pull my little pants up. And I hope it didn't shift. It may have because this handle is kind of wonky looking to me. And, you know, I don't know how to fix it. But it may have shifted when I was moving because it definitely didn't shift due to use because I have very seldom used this. All right. And we're done. So we're gonna see what they look like. Now you want to be careful because this thing is super hot. So you want to be careful with it. And I'm gonna order some gloves, but I don't have any now. So, oh, it turned out pretty. Trying not to burn myself. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try to hold this up where you can see it, but without it in my hand because it's hot. All right, so I'm gonna aim the camera down here so you can see. So that is, let me see if I hold it like this. There we go. So that's the finished product. And hopefully you guys can see that pretty good, but you can see, let's see, get my camera to zoom in. It looks, okay. I'm gonna cut the light off here in just a second. Let's see if you can see it. Okay, let's see if you can see it now. Okay, not sure what's going on with my camera, but you can tell the difference because this is the one after it comes out on your printer, and you can see the colors are much more vibrant once you've subbed on it. So let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, super pretty. Super pretty. Hold on 1 second. So I'm gonna do the other side, but I'm gonna do that later because I don't want to make this video super long. But let me show you them both together, and then I'm gonna show you how I put the hardware on. So there we have it. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that pretty good. They turned out super pretty. All right, so all I would do to sub on the other side is just turn it over, put the paper on, put my heat paper on the same way, and I'll show you how easy it is to put one of these on. I just take my scissors and I stick them inside, and then I just pull the scissors open, and that opens up the inside of the hardware. Just like that. So you can see here, see how it's opened. Okay, and then I would just take my earring and take my fingers and I just push it closed. And voila, there you have it. Stop moving. Okay, so that is how you sublimate a pair of earrings. And like I said, I'm gonna go in and do the back side, but I just wanted you guys to see the entire process all the way through. So if you didn't see part 1, go back and look at part 1, then pick up here on part 2. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys. If you are in my Facebook group, thank you so much for being a member of my Facebook group. And if you are on my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for being subscribers to my YouTube channel. And if you are not, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't, hey, get out there and vote. All right. All right, guys, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day. Bye.